Hey, we're talking. Hey, we're playing Geoguessr. And hey, my name is Derek Tant. If you have never played Geoguessr before, stick around. You're gonna love it. Let me get through a few things. This is gonna be a U.S. based challenge. All right, we're gonna do no time limit. And if you wish to play along, the link to this will be in the video description. So click on if you want, play along. If not, just watch. Just watch me. You know I love it when you watch. Gross. Okay. We're gonna talk about how to play GeoGuessr, and we're gonna talk about what's going on. Okay, you may have gotten here from my own personal channel at youtube.com/Derek Tant. If you are, welcome. This is just going to be a continuation of the GeoGuessr series that I had going on there. If you've never seen this before, maybe you're a subscriber to the Hey We're Talking YouTube channel. Hey, it's just me. It's just Derek, minus Bob, minus Scott. I'm just doing some gameplay. We're adding a little bit of a smoke shop. We're just adding a little bit of content to the Hey We're Talking channel. You're going to see a lot of new content show up. And we are exclusive. This GeoGuessr series is going to be exclusive to the YouTube channel. You're not going to see this on the podcast or anything like that. It's just going to be on YouTube. Okay. So what else? And maybe you're just someone who likes GeoGuessr, likes to watch GeoGuessr videos. So I say welcome. I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Maybe check out some of the other content on the channel. We do a podcast. It's rather entertaining, I would say. So yeah, just explore. Hey, we're talking. But we're doing a little GeoGuessr. So what is this? What is this? If you've never seen this, what is it? Okay, so GeoGuessr is a free but internet-based game. You can see it right here in the upper left-hand corner, GeoGuessr, Geogussr. Misspelled? Yes. Why? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But what it does is this game utilizes Google Street View, which is what you've been seeing. We can navigate, we can pan around, we can zoom in. The idea is that we are placed somewhere randomly in the world, or in the case of this game, just the United States. And then you use this map here on the right, and you can zoom in, and you place a guess where you think we could be. And that's it. You get 5 rounds. You get a score 0 to 5,000 points. If you manage to make a guess that's like halfway around the world, well, then you get no points. But if you get it like absolutely right within like a few hundred yards, boom, you get 5,000 points. And it's fun. It's competitive. It's neat. And it can seem like for a lot of people, they play it once, they're like, it's neat. It's like a novelty. But for many of us, and I have had the distinct honor, the privilege of introducing this game to a lot of you out there. This is I'm the one who was able to turn you on to the game, and that's cool. It's a detective game, You're going around and you're looking at everything. You're looking at these clues. You're looking at these signs. You're looking at the cars. You're looking at the flora and the fauna and the geology, the geography. You're looking at the language and everything that's available to you to observe. you're taking all of that and making an educated guess, and sometimes not even an educated guess. You're able to pinpoint exactly where you are. So we're going to turn onto this right here. It's a parkway. So my big strategy is to go to the biggest, busiest roads that you can, because that usually leads to a highway. And it usually leads to something that indicates where we are. Now let's look around here. We're seeing hills in the background. We're seeing lots of palm trees. It's kind of a big urban area, upper scale. I would not be surprised if we were in California. Hey, guy, what are you doing? Just a guy sitting there next to that transformer or whatever it is. So, okay, so we're looking around, and we want to do what we can to identify the city. Okay, look, Las Vegas Towel and Tissue. Well, there you go. We're in Las Vegas, and that's how we figured it out. We could have been in California. Guess what? Nevada is right next to Las Vegas, Nevada, and California are neighbors. So I wasn't too far away from that. And it said Eastern Hills, so I would imagine that is it's a neighborhood around here. And so, as you can see, we can zoom in and get close, and we can kind of look at street names and whatnot. So if you click on this flag, it'll take you back to the beginning of the take you back to where your origination point is. And this, by the way, this is where you're trying to guess. That's my dog. Okay. So your guess, no matter where you navigate to, you're going to want to find this spot exactly. So we are facing south-ish. So we're going to want to, we know we're in Las Vegas, so we're going to want to identify the name of the street. So we're kind of near the intersection of St. Rose Parkway and Eastern Avenue. So it shouldn't be too difficult to look in on this and find that. Eastern Parkway, Eastern Avenue, and what was that? St. Rose Parkway. So let's have a quick look. See if we can find Eastern Avenue on this. And I'm not going to spend like a ton of time here. We'll scan the map just a little bit, but I'm not going to go like super crazy. Seven Hills. Oh, we were in the Eastern Hills neighborhood. So sometimes if you zoom out just a little bit, you can see where it says Eastern. You can sometimes see the neighborhood names like Green Valley South, Silverado Ranch. These are usually the names of the neighborhoods, and that can help you out because everything seemed to be named, Eastern whatever, Eastern Hills. So, if we can find it, great. If not, I'm not going to sweat it. There's probably a lot of you who are able to find it like super quick. And if you are, great. But you know what? we're going to make an executive decision. I'm going to put it right here just because, make our guess. And okay, we were a little far off. We were about 12 miles away. There it was. You can see St. Rose Parkway. You can see Eastern Avenue. We got 4875 out of a possible 5,000. You know what? Not bad. I gave it 5 stars. Let's go to the next round. So hopefully you have an idea. So we're looking around. We're looking around. I don't see any mountains. It looks very green. We do have trees. So we're probably not going to spend 10 minutes. I mean, we've been going 10 minutes into this. And a lot of times I'll put a time limit, but this is just a kind of an introductory video to the series. If you haven't seen it, if you have, well, then you probably were able to beat me on that. Chad Yarbrough, I'm looking at you. Chad Yarbrough, I know, is a big fan of Hey We're Talking, and he's a fan also of Geoguessr. Consistently kicks my butt. So let's look at this sign here, Watseka, Illinois. We're in Illinois. We're in Watseka, Illinois, or Watseka. If we can, I'm just going to do a very quick scan of the map just to see if we can find this city. If we can't, it's okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. Watseka. We found it right there. So we are heading west. You can see the compass rose right here. We're heading west into Watseka. So presumably we're on this Highway 34, maybe. So I'm going to try to identify. We'll try to identify what road we're on. We'll give it a little bit of a, we'll give it a little bit of a shot, but we won't spend a ton of time. Let's actually just see what the name of this. This is Landline, and we're on Walnut Drive. That's Landline, and we're on Walnut. I would imagine that this street, the road because we're on Walnut. So we're at the intersection of Walnut and Landline. So we're on this thing. I think it says Landline or Laird Lane. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just try to find it. We'll go in a little bit further and try to narrow it down. Let's see. This is a Murcott's Super Goods. Let's see if we can find that. Big R stores, yeah. That's it. Burcott's Super Goods. Little Fuse Lane. So I'm going to say we're about right here. We'll just say that. Okay, there you go. I was a little bit off. I was about 344 yards off, and I could have probably gotten it. But you know what? Not bad in a period of just a few minutes. So we're going to give that 5 stars. Okay, whoa, okay. We're on a major highway. Looks like it's a little hilly, a little dry. So we're not in New York City. And by the way, you can land in New York City on this. It is entirely possible. Let's see. Klein's Corners World Famous Travel Center, Pendleton Oil and Gas Company. So let's, yeah, Klein's Corners. Let's, all right, we're heading north-ish, northwest on this highway. Let's go over to this lane. I see a lot of signs. Now we're heading south. We're heading the other way, but I see a lot of signage. And we're going to figure out where this is. We could be, this could be New Mexico. This could be Arizona. This could be California. Okay, so this is an exit for Business 40. So this is a east-west highway, I-40. Okay, I know I-40, this should be I-40 here. Runs through Amarillo, Texas, runs through, oh, look, here we go, Santa Rosa. By, yeah, let's see, exit 243, and sometimes you can see, when you zoom in on the map, you get the exit signs. So let's see. It says 243. Could be about right there. Just about right there. So we're in New Mexico. And see, I looked around and I was just making that guess based on the layout of the land. It looks a little dry. You don't see a whole bunch of you don't see a lot of trees, a lot of bushes. I said it looked like New Mexico, it looked like Arizona. We're on a major highway. We figured out it was I-40. Santa Rosa, let's hear it. Boom. Not bad. We were about a kilometer away, but that's all right. Let's give it. So far, like if you've seen these, the quality of the guesses, and the quality of the places they put us has been good. Camera quality's been good. The availability of clues has been good. It's been nice. Now this, the camera quality is slightly questionable. And I ask you to rate the location. Now I assume that they're going to try, that Geoguessr is going to try to use that to make adjustments to the game to make it better so that, you know, they don't put you too many times in the middle of nowhere with, you know, no way to guess where you are. You know, no way to kind of figure it out, because there are a lot of locations like that. You're just out in the middle of nowhere. And see here, the camera quality is bad. Now, it's not Geoguessr's fault. You know, whenever Google, you know, you got that Google car, it goes out and it records things. You know, sometimes I guess they just use crappy camera, and so you get just these crappy images. So I mean, not that this is terrible, and let's appreciate the fact that Google's even doing this. This whole Street View, Google Street View, Google Maps thing that they're doing, it's amazing. I mean, it is super cool that they are doing that. It's really cool. I mean, I read that they have like 20 or so petabytes of data. It's like, you know, you've heard of megabytes, you've heard of gigabytes. Well, the next step up from gigabytes is terabytes. Well, beyond that is petabytes, and that's what they have. So just the sheer volume of images that they've had to stitch together to have the Google Street View is just nothing short of amazing. And to have this really, really fun, interesting game utilize that, it's pretty awesome. So I try to keep that in mind before I start complaining. Stupid Geoguessr, this game that I don't have to pay for one bit. You know, it's put me in a crappy location. The camera's it's not great. Yeah, the camera's not great. And there's a clue there that I can't read. So, you know, but try not to go, I try not to freak out too much. What is this? Is this a... No, I can't go that way. Look like it might be like an entrance to an interstate or something. I don't know. Ooh, let's looky here. We have some street signs. It's a circle, 92 maybe. I can't tell. So, ooh, there's a sign. Maybe this will tell us something. I just have to, since we're on the, oh goodness. Oh no. Yeah, that's the, yeah, it says something, north something, something county. I can't even tell. See, that's when you would rate this a lower amount of stars, because the camera quality's poor, and you kind of like to be able to have full. You want the camera full strength for when you go around geoguessing on Geoguessr. So, and we've talked about the game itself, which is cool. And I'm gonna try to, as we play more of these, I'll talk more about like stuff that's going on. Like, did you know it's like 4:30 in the morning here? I got laundry going. I've got dinner going, like lunch for myself because I work at night. Bob and Scott never want to just talk about nothing. They want to talk about. They like always got their topic. They got like topics and stuff. They just want to talk about life, man. You need to do that sometimes. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about the real world. Because that's what Geoguessr is. This is the real world. This is a real life look at the world around us. This isn't like a nice, fancy picture of the Eiffel Tower that's framed up and lighted and made with like a 30 megapixel camera. This is us going through the world in real time, looking at what's going on, warts and all. So wherever this is, we're seeing it in the middle of a typical day, just a typical nice sunny day, wherever this is. And unfortunately, we're having a hard time figuring that out. If you know your area codes, that might help. 515, I have no idea. I know about 3 area codes. So we're going to probably give up in just a little bit, trying to figure out exactly where this could be. I'm assuming we're in the Midwest. Could be the Northeast. I don't know. So, all right, we're unless I see something up here that can help me. Ooh, hold on a second. Do my eyes deceive me? Do we have? Okay, 92. All right, I don't know what state has that as a. I don't know what state has that as their. As their symbol for their state highways, a little circle. In Texas, it's the shape of the state of Texas, so it's easy to identify. Here, wherever this is, area code 515, I don't know. But there's the Pizza Ranch. If you're ever in this place, I'm sure that the Pizza Ranch will take care of you. Okay. Keokuk County. Yeah, still not helping. Okay, so let's make a nice safe guess. Let's say that we're in Missouri. Kind of in the middle. Oh my goodness, look at that. We were not in Missouri. We were in Iowa. But we were only 81 miles from the actual location. So that ain't bad. 4,251 points. I'll give that 3 stars. It was good. I was able to make a decent guess based on it. But the camera quality lacketh. It lacked. Sandstone Lion. So here we are. Camera quality is much nicer. We're on a bridge. We're crossing the Kettle River. Now that's important because we will be able to, if we are able to go along and figure out, say, what highway we're on, what state we're in, we can look and figure out. We're on Highway 123. We're on Highway 123, wherever. So whenever we find what state Highway 123 is in, we will look for the Kettle River. Now I know, ooh, look at this. Nice big apartment home. So chances are we're going to be able to discover where this is. A lot of church. It looks like there's churches, Wild River Apartments, 320 area code. There's the chiropractor. Look, the chiropractor's in someone's house. It's just in their house, just right around, just right around the corner from the gift shop here. Not too bad. Here we are, looking like we're coming up on a bigger intersection. Oh, okay. If I can get closer to this, we might know where we are. Minnesota. Well, there you go. We're in Minnesota. Federal Correctional Institution. Okay, so now Minnesota's a land of like 10,000 lakes. Am I right? So where there's lakes, there's rivers. So this may be hard to pin down. So in Minnesota, fairly large place. So let's see if, I don't know, maybe we can figure out what city this is. Okay. Here you go. There's well, sometimes the Ford place is the name of the city. Alan Krantz. So it's named after the guy who owns it, which is kind of the case in my town. It used to be called Bob Brock Ford. This is the name of the guy that owned it. Then they sold it, and so now it's Big Spring Ford. Okay, so we're in Sandstone. We saw that before. We're in the city of Sandstone, near Highway 123 and 23, by the Kettle River. Let's see if this will give us any more highways. Okay, that says it'll take us to I-35. So we know that this is going to be I-35. Okay. Now, I-35 runs the length of the state pretty much. So let's just be a little diligent. Look for Highway 23 or 123. There's 23. Let's see if we can find it. See if we can find Sandstone. That's the St. Louis River, not the Kettle River. We're looking for the Kettle River. This is exciting. We're going to get it. We're going to get it, and it's going to be great. Nickerson, Duquette, Carrick, Bruno, Axkov. Wait, here we go. 23. and 123. Kettle River. Let's do it. Oh, no. I should have looked for sandstone, but you know what? It don't matter. There's so many. There was another highway. We were on 23. There was another road. Oh, well. We were 3.7 miles away. 4,963 points. Not bad. Let's look at the summary. We got 24,081 points out of a possible 25,000. That ain't bad, guys. And that is not bad for the first episode of Geoguessr here on Hey We're Talking. If you liked the video, please like it. Subscribe to Hey We're Talking. We're going to be putting out these videos on the regular. There's lots of other content that's going to be put up here, which I will say, as I'm a part of it, highly entertaining, highly awesome. I want to thank my buddies Bob and Scott for letting me bring Geoguessr to Hey We're Talking. I do appreciate it. And if you stuck around, thank you so much. Man, I love Geoguessr. We're going to play some more. So in the future, we'll have time limits and we'll expand the map out. If you have any ideas, if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments section. I will be checking that regularly. So I appreciate you watching me. Smell my beard.